There is one person who have never in his life denied his background as a black man. His name is Farrakhan. There will be a hard more. Every mirror your teen in car or union in Hosa or Yebibini. This man love his people and he love Africa. Papa yi ado before no sado. Jese ne kasa mu frititi nyina no o kire se o Yebibini ampa. Let's go and listen to what he said about Ibrahim Traoré.
So I say to all of you in this room and all who are watching by television, we need to pray for our brother and his family and warn America, leave that brother alone. So I say to all of you in this room and all who are watching by television, we need to pray for our brother and his family and warn America, leave that brother alone.
All over the world where you are, this is a message that we ought to pray for our brother, our son, Ibrahim Traoré, and also send a warning to Americans that they should leave him alone. Wow. Wow. Now, as black or Africa as continent, who have committed a lot of mistakes before, we were not able to protect the visionaries, those who were willing to take Africa from one place to another. And Nkrumah was killed. Sakala was killed. Name them. Libya, Gaddafi, and a lot. And they use the same people around these visionaries against these good leaders. And now the whole world, even some of the white people are saying enough is enough. What is the outcome? Any more we are singing and say, Your mom pie Emma Yenuano, Yebano. Rather money who buy because you protect Ibrahim Traoré and his family. Look at this innocent. So, Metisse, Angrophobia, Epikunwa. Not Mentias here. And what we are going to watch from Burkina Faso is that this man is very prepared. See, when you are going to war, you need two strategies. And war is defensive and offensive. You protect yourself and you find your way to meet your enemies. I say, oh, Kokuma, I near maybe you know, say, oh, boy, who buy. Now, oh, pep, quanya, obey our town for no. Now, no, any idea, Ibrahim Traoré, why, yeah, oh, Burkina Faso. So it is not easy to get him. It's not easy. It is not easy. You have offensive and defensive. Yankoni yanko head ya soja phone bi kadansi ya omudi.
Since President Traoré came to power, the Air Force has held a prominent place in the Armed Forces equipment plan. We have received combat aircraft. We have received new aircraft dedicated to intelligence gathering. We have received maneuver aircraft, and we have received in virtually every category of combat new assets that allow us to meet the needs of the population and to fight against terrorism. And to deploy these resources, we have also benefited from the opening of 2 new air bases, which allow us to have greater flexibility in the field, to be closer to the areas of operations, and to have greater capacity to meet the needs and expectations placed on an air force in the field. And to put all of this into action, it was necessary for us to be reinforced in terms of personnel, and this was also addressed through recruitment. The members of the army were mainly trained abroad, which did not allow us to have sufficient numbers. With the President's leadership, we now have the ability to train our personnel locally here through the creation of our own Air Force schools. Some of these schools are already operational, while others are still being established. But this gives us a real capacity to provide training that meets our needs, training that produces personnel with the skills we truly require on the ground, here and now.
The efforts in equipment have also made it possible to significantly strengthen the units of the National Gendarmerie and the National Police. Today, these internal security forces have the necessary resources to fully play their role in the defense and security of the national territory.
Over the 2 years in question, specifically from October 2022 to October 2000.
See, when you come to Ghana and they buy 2 jeeps for the police, they'll blow horn for everybody to hear. I mean, can you cheat, cry? Oba Ghana now motor jeep, me some police for no. You will blow horn, mobiati. Moja the Adkwart of Burkina Faso. The police are well equipped, and most of them are young. Or defensive and offensive. Yes, sir, or sure, man. This man is very wise. Oh, sir, Sankara na on the bicycle, so just say na or drink say or yeah near me so everybody loves him. No. Samre nyambra was a yeja ya banisa. Na the bambono eye kesi. So hwaniema wato. Otini ya na say ya anofo banu so akwamukafo ne baaye no. Oyusu drum yesa. Ane pia nkrofo no se ne nyansa wote ya na osi se omhe ase atutu atuo no ewo inland na ebeka ne nkrofo no enti auditor no pia omo saa ana okwachiri wo mo no onya ordinary otumu se okwadirimu ewo soja djumanum ewurizie say one day I will come out and let me learn from the mistakes committed from our forefathers. Na yansa nye samfunso ni biem. Enti ontumi nkojimi ewo Burkina Faso zesiyo. Ombechiw. Na about 20 coup attempt against this young man, and they have not been able. Now almost someone to me that because this man have divine support, and most of the blacks are supporting him. So if you are far away, support him with prayer. Pray for the wife and the children and the faithful people around him. That has been my prayer. The people around him must have the spirit of fidelity, because they use the people around you to betray or to kill you. And you see, say nipa etwa ne ho ahia no. But oka akodie ani nyansa sesi a ye de bob oman ho ban a waye. But adie ba konso ni say except the Lord build the house. Enunti and your prayer is needed. Anywhere you are, your prayer is needed. Your prayer is needed to support this young man. This young man is setting good example for the whole Africa. And I will see the effect. And this is gingering every African leader. If you are not, your people will kick you out. Near oil, a Kenya, Africa. Kenya, Africa leaders know. And a Kenya asraf one. Then asraf one. Omo masa etuonom di beku. Ompe kwen bi so ani achiw boko. Na won ye do akoshe baby. Say keep quiet. Keep quiet over there. We dede dia. No much we say. Etuono enya atamfo no nko a wo bed wo ye do adi o man anim a waye atamfo. Now more man enko nanim no. It is my prayer, and I pray that this also will be your prayer, that will support this young man. Na onyina na onko nanim awo de oye no, because it will help this continent. Ebebua yen o, adamebua. Ebebua yen. Onu no ordinary na see from this man when he said no is no. Untimi bribe no, untimi David. You can't intimidate him. No, what strategy? And we thank God that most of the people around him are faithful. They also love their country. And we pray that they maintain this fidelity. They maintain this faithfulness for their country. And it's reflecting the whole Africa. And sooner or later, the whole Africa is going to rebel for our freedom. And use the good resources and the minerals God has given to us. Not you ever say wow. Ever boy ma kwentio no ni ade do baby na ye makwa ya amobo won krofo e man so. This one to kwaida. Nanka efie ni fie and me ne abrantie ba ko frame mra na me wo mafuom. Sami osi apostle be person can be fie. Na yen nyina kondose e bebe fie. They nyina akoma so ade enso bebe fie. Because ube fie ube di abrabunu. Ube fie ube di nkonto brabum. Ube fie and from a papa befa ho. Ube fie awo senka yen penny for no. There's no continent like Africa. Yana me can say there's no nation like Ghana. Because again nyame dia come here. Die pa na nyame ka enye abro ne atrimodin ne awudia. Se de awudi agro on bechu nko a o. Udi agro on bechu nko a. Enti sua de akoso no. Ewo Burkina Faso. God is using the stone that the builders rejected as cornerstone. Now, who have ever thought that this will come from Burkina Faso? Obia na nyino ho da o. Simple ehasia wo every coast to kra na Kenya wanwa. Because every coast your maya na nkomo tintim. But Burkina Faso. Before we were calling the Burkina Faso the poorest nation even in Africa. Now, Burkina Faso name in the map is like a star. Obia Pebebia Burkina Faso, just because of this young man. It is Obi Wajempa, who the Otimi. It's not because of his education background. It's not because of he's a soldier. And not because of he's a Muslim. Because of his vision. It's born of integrity. Now, let me quote from my Bible, the book, which some of the Muslims, brothers, doesn't want me to quote, but I can't quote from Quran. Says, if a man is diligent, he will not stand before mere men. He will stand before kings. And now, Ibrahim Traoré is standing with kings. Now, Ubenya is a Russia president. I do to say also where you will be. Now, now because Ibrahim Traoré, these people are going to respect Africa. Or call Russia, she said the almost see at home suffer. And can no more ye pakim gubas bakum. Ya Mohoma brought him who any will. Because woman himself more banner disinformation as I say, and Botomoa. Mobaba Saba Bessi Muncrofo. Mamu Ibrahim Traoré said, or ye nipa strong con. Into Onya Shaso, and for me to run up my mercy. As well as Farrakhan said, we ought to pray for this young man. If you believe and your desire is for Africa to be liberated, you ought to pray for him. Please pray for him. That God should protect him from the evil one, which imagine mischief in their heart. Ojamin Shao, now the air course of Burkina Faso, and say you or they say Africa, baby. I grow for the more cancer now, a quiet fast. But Papa be on your hand, and Bepine a pempem. Say, Yam Pen Crawford, one more tear, now one more air cutia, or the same can be now wearing a body. Echo was now Mokayan, Abu Africa. Huh? Then na me say me West African, you know. At the end, make me a cancer echo was na Abua. But too quite baby echo was na candy. Is there to fight against school, right? Na mona moya kebima min kebino. Huh? Adi pa na moya Abua. And then a soldier for no air tremor say, Omo wa dream papa cinema. The soldiers in Africa, they are proving to you politicians that they have compassion than you so-called Kebi Mamin Kebi. Huh? Enti, maybe I won't say once is someone drain the way in Jaya Jim Bonnie Jimmy no. On bachelor said, Tuana more this cacotoy. One farm bomb some fame Bekuma by four. And more Madania by four. No. You see, these politicians have turned witch and they are witching Africa. You should not think about any spirituality. If you want to see witch, look at some of the politicians. They are witch. They are evil. They are so wicked. I say, yeah, so more na more catch and say, Mom Pie, Mam. Modis can move free. Huh? Modis can move free. Move your mobile. Any pay we are mom found. They don't care, say, about to do not say, any pay will not be your mutimia. They didn't found. They give money. Yambre. Now, I don't know, at times, these politicians kill more than those who are soldiers. Almost committing crop for a use to your crowd. nyame emwana de ekoso hwe akodi a Burkina Faso o mato no o mo antoso de kunkum o nkrofo na wudifu a o mpeso o bo o ma nkrofo create o mo se o ma bi ho no mo a se Traoré a ye mam ho ntomo na obi o ho no mo a o sponsor san nkrofo we na one wa sponsor san nkrofo we no we bibini, then you join with these wicked people and you still call yourself black man. You sick. O yare papa, o yare. Enti se na ya chire Ivory Coast president a. O mani nyanwa. Se wo no de ekoso no. Na o ne ayi o de saying America for ne France for ne ya dwene. No ma be seti soldier for ewo Ivory Coast. Na makwatia aba. Because nyame wada nyame wona yo na ohwe mo han so sa ha me mpa iboni se ADC fo be ye niema yie na ye mehunu yo ne bia wo ma we mu o ebisi Ghana de ntimi nsi hwe when na dasun da ye se mra Ibrahim Traoré call Russia no we so call France and oni na America for no na onim yie se o say France for elbeseti army camp wo yi hono mo a obi antumi onim se Burkina Faso adena start here no o kan se mo obi antutuo na France ya soja for no emfiri onko omso monko ana o catch light no ana so obi omo adi mirika na omo dwane free hono Moba na oba set mo camp ewo Africa. Bibini ben no betimi de ne camp akọ America say Ghana for the ya soldier for babet now. Wonim arade won hu emobo. Say ya na ye mpanimfo no omo daw. Say America ni fa prince soldier ni eba sa military camp han ma eho no a. Ye nhwe hwe obi emusa no hwe. So our passport only passport. O free Ghana ha kwa obi emusa no he ade ano no ade jaya ho sa o kan ya si waka ayi o de say ayi besi egu na nkwala nketua no se meme kasa no wadwen yo se papa we ni mfie ko na no bepa mapampamu a ye won nkwala ni bi wa mo ntija yo enti mo hwe mabra boyie na Ibrahim Traoré enya nhwe so kese ema wo a wo de wo se eto abama wo na ye kebi mami nkebi kebi mami nkebi na eboye ni anke ye pe because eduru ba bia soja for no omo mfa mra nya adwuma bazesi omo suro nyame ne de omo ahu yi se oman na somdwe ehia sene bibia ti oti won mo na o ti se oh omo ti atua na womenam you call these people criminal na wa friend crofo a omo yeto abama womo omo wia Africa sika kwa bruchire obi timi se saga Africa sika na ono no ade akogu abruchire bank. And to one here says something is wrong with us. And by the grace of God, we are coming out from this sickness. We are coming. There is a divine. Nyami sayan yare. Yiri say, bibini biara. Ebe bompa ye se nyame na sumdwe nya dwuma wo bibi me erade nshas wo nya mre ahwe na de medija wo ni se anopa bia no so sorry na bompa ya pray for Ibrahim Traoré na on traso nche na ma on sisan so we pray that this man will not change. We pray that no influence will change its vision. Now, maintain integrity. or maintain the faithfulness, or maintain the passion and compassion. Ni nyame mfa ne ntwa kwan ma Africa. May God use Ibrahim Traoré to pave a way for African leaders. I said the other time and I'm saying it again. My wish is that all the African leaders should go to Burkina Faso. Or Ibrahim Traoré should set a school. That before we can accept anybody as a leader in Africa, have to go through a school of Ibrahim Traoré for 3 years. God bless you for watching. Bye-bye.